We just took over this new client's Google Ads account from another full stack e-commerce growth marketing agency. They were completely stuck, so there's been no growth for around 4 months or so, and they were spending the same amount of money but getting worse results. But the funny thing is that it took me exactly 10 minutes auditing this account as soon as we got a hold of it to understand exactly what the problems were. So what I want to do in this video is show you what those problems were that were inside of this account, which were stopping it growing for 4 months, and exactly how we're going to be fixing them so you can avoid these costly Google Ads mistakes for your e-commerce brand. So the first problem was on screen here. As you can see, previous campaign structure had one shopping campaign, 3 performance max campaigns, and then 1 branded search campaign. And the annoying thing about this is that they have 1 product category split across 2 different subcategories of that product. They're a CPG brand, but they had 3 performance max campaigns and a shopping campaign, all pushing a couple of different SKUs across the account. And you may think, okay, cool, the more campaigns, then the more we're going to be able to push on Google, spend more, be able to get more back. And on the surface level, it looked like some of the ROASs were fine. But as I mentioned at the start, there was no growth in the account at all. You were spending the same amount, and then the ROAS and the CPA was slowly going down. So the issue here with too many campaigns, especially when you have a limited amount of SKUs, is what I like to call not adhering to signal density. And this isn't just a term that I made up. This is straight from Google's best practices in how to run Google Ads for e-commerce brands. The direct quote is this: if your goal is to maximize performance, avoid splitting performance max campaigns by product category unless necessary. And what they suggest is that you actually consolidate campaigns, because this helps Google's machine learning and AI algorithms access more conversion data and have it all within one pool, which improves your optimization process, improves your learning phase, improves the amount of conversions that you're able to get, and improves the amount of money that you're able to make from Google Ads. So if you think about it this way, if you've got a CPG brand with just 2 main SKU categories, there's absolutely no reason to have like a catch-all campaign and a separate shopping campaign with a different TROAS, and then you got this PMAX pushing this category, and you got this it's just too many campaigns across the account. And you'll be thinking, well, Google's smart enough to understand what's converting on this campaign to be able to convert on this campaign because it's across the account, but that's just not how it works in 2025. The denser your signal in terms of the inputs that you're giving to the machine learning algorithms, which are doing the bidding and the processing for you, the better they're able to understand what works and what doesn't, and the faster, more reliably they're able to get you results. So if you're having trouble in your Google Ads account, specifically around PMAX campaigns, one of the main problems you could be facing is that you're just running too many of them. The campaign strategy doesn't make sense given the amount of categories and SKUs that you have to be running this many campaigns. Even if they had like multiple different product categories across one thing, I would still make the case and make the argument just be running 1 performance max campaign with different asset groups built in there. We're running a supplement company's account right now where we have their main products in 1 PMAX campaign, and we're scaling that. We're able to understand based on the asset group performance which one's performing better or the other. And the reason why we're able to get good results in that way is because we're adhering to signal density and we're not splitting everything across all of these different campaigns and running 7 campaigns and all that type of stuff. It just doesn't make any sense. All you're doing running multiple campaigns is that you're fragmenting your conversion data, you're slowing down the learning phase, you're creating internal competition between campaigns, so you're overlapping the amount that you're bidding, the cost, etc. And you're confusing Google's algorithm. And the worst part about this in action is that each campaign had $100 per day on it, but their best-selling SKU was only in one of these PMAX campaigns, which had $100 per day, and it was limited by budget this whole time. But you were able to go into the other PMAX accounts, understanding that they're not performing as well, but there was no budget allocation back to the main campaign to be able to scale it appropriately. So having $100 a day split across all these different campaigns, as opposed to one campaign with $400 in it, that's going to perform better, and we're going to prove that after we make these changes over the next 30, 60, and 90 days on this account. So what we've done is that we've consolidated all of the campaigns into just 1 PMAX campaign, 2 asset groups across the 2 different categories for the 1 main CPG that they're offering. We've updated the search themes, audience signals, and made sure that the signal density is tight so Google knows exactly what to spend. We've also put all our budget across all the other different campaigns into this 1 campaign, so we're able to scale that faster, further, more profitably, increase our search impression share, increase the amount that we're bidding, and ultimately get more conversions within 1 campaign so it's able to optimize faster. Now, the next problem that this account was facing was actually around their branded search campaign. And this one really got to me because branded search should be the easiest win inside any single Google Ads account. You're literally bidding on your own branded terms. But most people mess it up. Around 80% of all the audits that I do for Google Ads accounts in e-commerce mess up branded search. And the mess up here was a couple of things. First thing is that they were running manual CPC as opposed to absolute target impression share for their bidding strategy. The reason why you want to run target impression share is because you always want to be at the top of your branded terms. You never want to leave it to chance or to your bidding limit, be second, third, especially when you've got a lot of competitors. And the worst part about this being on this bidding strategy, and I'm glad that we got a hold of this account now, is because this brand's about to go on TikTok Shop. They're going to get a lot of organic searches coming in. This means that they need to have the right bidding strategy to capitalize on the organic searches coming in and not miss out on any impressions or any clicks because their bidding limit was too low. And this is what it was within this branded search campaign. The campaign also had no ad extensions or assets, so there was no business logo, no prices, no structured snippets, no call outs, no images, no promotions, nothing like that. The copy was dire. It was clearly ChatGPT'd. It had no copywriting principles whatsoever. It was just boring, bland, and I'm surprised it had the click-through rate that it did, given the copy of it. I can guarantee it pretty much could have doubled this click-through rate. So this branded search campaign was just sitting here, spending 1K over the last 30 days, got back 3.8K out of 3.76, but typically we see 10 ROAS, 20 ROAS on branded search campaigns. And the reason why is because you run the right bidding strategy and you have copy which is compelling enough to get them to buy right away. Just because someone's searching your brand name doesn't mean they're already ready to buy. You still need to have an ad compelling enough to get them to click. You know, I search it up and be like, ugh, I don't like this brand's advertising. It's not just a no-brainer because you have it at the top of the page that they're going to click your ad and buy from you. There's still a lot of convincing to be done, which you can be doing in the ad itself. And with the bidding strategy that they were using, it's not even a guarantee that it would have been top of page in the first place. With this, we're able to guarantee 95 times out of 100 that they're going to be top of page. 1 out of 20 times you might be second, you might be third, that's fine. But with absolute target impression share as a bidding strategy on your branded search campaigns, we're spending less per click, we're guaranteeing the result that we actually want with this campaign, which is to be at the top of the page, and we have copy compelling enough to sell the click and also sell them a reason to buy now as opposed to buy another time. All those changes alone should radically increase the amount of conversions and profit coming from this campaign, as we've done with all the other branded search campaigns that we've created for all the accounts that we run here at Demand Capture. Also, if you want to fall more in depth, not just in terms of branded search campaigns, but cold search campaigns, shopping campaigns, PMAX campaigns, Google Merchant Center optimizations, product feed stuff, YouTube ad campaigns. If you want to know exactly how to do that for your e-commerce brand, click the second link in the description, put in your email, and you get access to our free e-commerce Google Ads course. It's 14 modules plus free bonuses, including a swipe file of 101 seven-figure e-commerce brands Google Ads. Everything that you need to run Google Ads for your e-commerce brand is right there, step by step, broken down in, to be honest, autistic level detail. Click the second link in the description, put in your email, and I send it to your inbox instantly. So the last problem, and I'll speak direct to candidate to this, is the fact that they were only just focused on the traffic side of things. When I had the onboarding call with the brand owner of this account, the only feedback that they would get from the agency that was running this was just, oh, get your conversion rate up. You need to get the conversion rate up. Clients that we work with, especially on their pages, get anywhere from a 3 to a 4 on cold traffic, which is what we're optimizing for depending on the campaign. And all they said was just get your conversions up, but didn't suggest how to do that. And there's a problem with that because if you're running Google Ads for e-commerce specifically, it's one thing just to push traffic to a page already. It'll all be well and good us taking credit for that, but most of that's going to be warm traffic, mainly through the branded campaign, mainly through any conversions which come from people who are already familiar with your brand. But what we do here at Demand Capture is cold traffic Google Ads. How to get a complete stranger who has never heard of your brand, who is either product aware on the search or shopping side of things, or completely unaware and just at the problem stage from a YouTube side of things, and how do we get them to convert? So it's not just running Google Ads or running YouTube Ads as a service. You can get any Tom, Dick or Harry to do that for you. It's about how to convert those customers and how to make those customers worth as much as possible. So the things that we've already done for this brand is written a new upsell page, which is going to get a 30% take rate. They're currently at a 5% take rate for that upsell. That's going to drastically increase the first purchase AOV of any customer that comes through any of their marketing channels, let alone just Google and YouTube ads. That means that our margins are going to be higher, which means we're able to spend more to acquire a customer compared to our competitors, which means we're able to scale because we've made customers worth more. It's all well and good getting your ROAS up or your CPA down, but that's just one side of the LTV to CAC ratio. You can get your LTV high, and that's what we also work on here at Demand Capture. The second one is that we've introduced them to a new 3PL that we partner with here in the agency. If they're shipping in the US and able to get their COGS down, that means, again, we can spend more to acquire a new customer, which is the benefit of it. And lastly, as we move into video ads, as they move into Meta, as they have winners that come through TikTok Shop, we're able to license those TikTok Shop videos, put them on YouTube, but you can't just send traffic from YouTube to their product page. We're going to have custom dynamic landing pages based on the ad and the messaging to help them convert, which we will also make. So it's not just, again, running Google Ads for this account just because they came on. You need to make sure that anyone that's running your Google Ads understands that Google isn't just Google. It's not just a traffic engine. It's a top of funnel engine through YouTube, but you also need to understand how to convert the traffic on the other end as well. The real problem here with this account, which kind of wraps up the whole video, is too many agencies either start with one service and then try and go full stack because it earns more, or they don't need to have as many clients and you just keep selling them different services. But you lose sense of what it actually requires to run a specialist marketing channel. And I would say Google is one of those specialist channels that you can't just give away or downsell in a current agency stack. So chances are, if you do have a full stack e-commerce growth marketing agency inside of your Google Ads account for your e-commerce brand, they're probably messing up because it's just one of the side services that they give you and it's not part of the integrated whole of your marketing system. I've seen it way too many times, time and time again, that people who only just focus on the bare minimum to get it up, to say that it's running, to claim branded search campaigns and conversions for high ROAS performance in the account, really are just selling you dirty and aren't able to provide the real value in the conversions and the new customers that they're promised to give you, because that's the whole point of growing an e-commerce brand through advertising, is to acquire new customers profitably. That's what we focus on here. So action step for this video, go inside your Google account, check if any of these problems are having, where they have too many campaigns, the copy's lackluster, it's the wrong bidding strategy, the product feed's messed up in the Google Merchant Center, all these type of things. You just want to go check, make sure you're doing your due diligence for the people who are running your account. And if you find any of these mistakes, you can either fix them yourself with the free course that we have in the second link in the description. Hit the first link in the description, visit demandcapture.com, book a call with me if you're an e-commerce store doing about 50k a month, and we'll sort you out right with cold traffic funnel, Google and YouTube ads. If you want more demonstration of what we're able to do here at Demand Capture, click this video on screen here, as it will take you to a full case study of how we made $500,000 in 31 days for a supplement brand just using Google Ads. I'll see you on that video.